Hey everyone, Bonzo here, back for another video. And today in this video I will be showing you 5 amazing dungeon weapons for your first floors of your dungeon's history. So without any further ado, let's go. So a quick disclaimer for you guys: these weapons are not ranked from best to worst. It's just in a random order. I just put them randomly, so I just want to say they're not specifically the best first and then the worst. Coming in at the number 1 spot, it's gonna be the Bonzo Staff. Now the Bonzo Staff is an amazing early game weapon for dungeons because, as you can see, the cheapest one, it only costs around 1.8 million. Now that may sound like a lot for some of you guys, but if you got the money, you should definitely invest. I highly recommend, especially ones with ultimate wise on them. Now these ones are the best because this is a mage weapon, so you're going to be using mana a lot, so you want to make sure your ability takes as less mana as possible. So yeah, this also used to be my weapon that I used to use for dungeons until I became a berserker, and now I use Shadow Assassin with Zombie Soldier because I can't use Zombie Knight yet, but when I do get to use Zombie Knight, I'll definitely switch. So anyway, Bonzo Staff is an amazing weapon if you pair it with a good mana set. So if you've already got Adaptive unlocked, use that, perfect, great. But if you haven't, Wise is definitely a great choice to go for as well. So yeah, coming in at number 2 will be the Dreadlord Sword. Now the Dreadlord Sword is also an amazing weapon for the first few floors of your dungeon's history. It is basically a Bonzo Staff, but a little worse. And now when I say a little worse, I mean there is quite a significant difference, but there is also a huge difference in price. Now the Dreadlord Sword, it goes for 9,000 or 10,000 coins. 10,000 coins. That is literally nothing. And it is literally only a little bit worse. Well, not a little, but there is a significant difference between Bonzo Staff and Dreadlord. But if you're on a budget, Dreadlord Sword is definitely the way to go. All you need is Catacombs 5 to use it, and there you go, you're set. This is also a good mage weapon because, as you can see, Heroic gives it 65 plus on the intelligence, and it also gives it 259.72 in dungeons. So as you can see, great mana weapon, great mage weapon, and yeah, let's move on to the third one. So number 3 will be the Frozen Scythe. Now why do I choose the Frozen Scythe? Well, great question. Frozen Scythe is basically Bonzo Staff as well, but it is a weapon for the people that have less mana. Now this weapon is amazing. It is super good, not only for doing dungeons, you can also do other things. You can kill normal mobs, you can grind zealots. Would not recommend, by the way, it is really annoying. But anyway, the Frozen Scythe is a pretty good dungeon weapon for the people that have less mana, because the ability takes less to use than the Bonzo Staff does. So if you're on a budget, I'd say go for Bonzo because you're probably not going to have much mana anyway, but it is still going to be great. But if you got the money, I'd say still go for mana items first and then get the Bonzo Staff. Frozen Scythe is good, but I don't know, I would recommend Bonzo over it. So coming in at number 4, this is more of a berserk weapon. So yes, finally off the mana. So berserkers out there, if you are looking for a great dungeon weapon for floor 1, floor 2, maybe even entrance. So if you're struggling, Aotd is definitely the way to go. The Aspect of the Dragons is so cheap compared to what it was a couple of weeks ago. I would highly recommend you grab one, not only for dungeons. You should definitely grab one just because it is such a great weapon overall. 225 damage, 100 strength, 1.5 million. I would highly recommend this weapon for anything. If you're in the mid-game stages, this is an amazing sword. It will definitely get you through to endgame, and once you are in endgame, I'd say go for something like Livid Dagger at the moment. It is great. I've got one myself. I love this weapon. I still need to get it to 5-star though, because it will do my goodness, so much damage in dungeons when it gets 5-starred. So yeah, anyway, Aotd, great weapon. So last but not least, we have got the Midair Sword. Now yes, I know what you're thinking, you're probably like, Simple Ocean, you're such an idiot. The Midair Sword is so expensive, I'd get something way more better than that. Now yes, you're correct, but there are a lot of people that have spent all their money on the Midair Sword before dungeons came out, or maybe even after dungeons came out. It was still a great sword before Livid Dagger and Shadow Fury showed up. It was still the best weapon in the game, but for all of you that still haven't sold your Midas, or you haven't gotten to sell your Midas, it is still a great weapon to start off your dungeons runs with. And honestly, you can even get to floor 3, maybe floor 4, but that's a bit of a stretch. I'd say floor 3, you can probably do floor 3 with a Midair Sword that looks something around these lines, like these ones. So as you can see, this one is specifically made for dungeons because it's got a gear score and it's 5-starred. So you do need Catacombs level 32 for this one, but this would be an amazing sword if you for some reason have Catacombs 32 and still really bad equipment. But anyway, this is for the more advanced people. So I'd say if you have a Midair Sword that you still have from being a very rich player, yeah, use it. Use it in dungeons. It's great. So anyway guys, that's the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope I taught you something new. And for all you beginners out there, stay strong, don't give up on dungeons. It can be a really rewarding money making system. So once you do get into the higher floors, you can make lots and lots of money. So anyway guys, keep your head up, don't forget, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'm out.